All right, turning now to this. A Virginia Beach family is sounding off about how a city law is enforced. The city asked the Felder family to move their basketball hoop from the street or they'll get fined.
But the family says it sat there for years and was never an issue. They say when the city moved the hoop, it broke. Casey Baylor explains how they're taking action.
When Christian Felder isn't watching his favorite shows at home, he's playing basketball outside his house. His mother, Heidi, says he's 23 with severe autism.
And he uses a basketball hoop for social skills.
But now Christian can't play anymore. The city says someone complained about the hoop sitting partially in the street.
The hoop had been in the same position for about 22 years. So I was shocked.
Felder says a city worker stated they violated a city code which prohibits any constructed item on a public street or road. The Felders had to move it or they would be fined $100 a day. Heidi Felder says the city worker broke the hoop when moving it off the street and onto their lawn.
He can't touch it. He can't play with it. It's broken. And he's looking at the one across, looking at me like, well, why is mine broke and not theirs? Why is mine down and not theirs?
But she says it's not fair since she's not the only one breaking city code. Felder says her neighbor's hoop sits partially in the street too. The city told her and her husband they can file a complaint to have the neighbor's hoop moved.
The city of Virginia Beach, we don't have a division that drives around looking for people that are violating or have encroachments without permission.
LJ Hansen, the city's public works director, says they largely respond to safety hazards or complaints from residents about items in the street.
We would spend an inordinate amount of time trying to correct things that in some cases are minor in nature.
But the Felders say this minor change is greatly impacting Christian.
It's not like it's a luxury for him, it's a necessity.
The family plans to file a civil lawsuit over the broken hoop, and they are hoping the city will reevaluate the code and how they enforce it. In Virginia Beach, Casey Baylor, 13 News Now.
Now, Hansen says the city would have to grant a permit for any item in a public road or alley. Now, he says residents should consider putting things like a basketball hoop on their personal property rather than a public street.